Save this video if you're planning a trip to Australia because this is how much we spent in our 2 weeks there. First, our flying related expenses. We got a lounge for 2,274 for our Manila to Melbourne flight. We had 3 flights in total, one Manila to Melbourne and one Sydney to Melbourne via Cebu Pacific for 42,000 pesos and one local flight via Jetstar and that was around 12,000 pesos. And for the visas naman, we got 4 visa applications and biometrics total because we actually got denied for our first visa. I can talk more about that in another video, but that came to a total of around 32,000 pesos. For our accommodations, we mostly stayed with friends and relatives and that saved us a lot of money because hotels are pretty expensive. We stayed for 3 nights at Sydney CBD for 7K a night. Good thing I used discount codes and gift cards and we only cashed out around 10,000 pesos. Next is for transportation, and Australia has a pretty good public transport system, so we mostly use that, the MyKey card for Melbourne and credit card lang for Sydney. We did Uber a few times, especially when it's more convenient, and a ferry, and that totaled to almost 12,000 pesos. For food and drinks naman, even before going to Australia, we already knew that this was going to be one of our priorities and we were not disappointed. Their food, their coffee, their cocktails and bars were really good and we spent around 66,000 pesos. So we budgeted around 5,000 pesos for the two of us per day. Beef and lamb are also cheaper than pork there, so sulitin nyo yung steak. So for shopping naman, I only planned to buy white sneakers, which I got. These are not available in the Philippines. And I also planned to buy a check-in luggage and I got that as well. But we got a few more stuff like golf bags, golf shoes, perfumes, and some vitamins, skincare, because it actually comes out cheaper plus may tax refund pa. So medyo naparami yung shopping and it came out around 58,000 pesos and ito yung lahat ng dala namin going home. Next are activities. So we didn't do a lot of activities. We did a round of golf in Melbourne in a public course and we went to Taronga Zoo in Sydney because the only kangaroo I saw was a roadkill and I was not having that. So we booked through Klook and got some discounts and coupons as well. So it came out around 4,000 pesos for both activities. Lastly is for the Wi-Fi and data, and we got this mobile Wi-Fi device and bought a SIM card in Australia and that came out around 3,000 pesos. So if we add all of that up, it comes out to around 243,000 or around 121,000 pesos per person. But take note na medyo malaki yung expense namin sa shopping and nadoble yung sa visa fees. So parang kaya naman under 100k per person for 2 weeks in Australia.